back again with another game vid. Really has been a while this time. Today I'm going to be talking about another side project I took part in, the highly anticipated Great Western Express Remaster, which released today. It's taken the best part of 2 years to reach this point, with Liam doing all the heavy lifting to overhaul the route visuals and timetable, and me tagging along to sort out the audio. There was still plenty to do on the audio side, so here's what I've done. First off, I've replaced all of the ambience along the route using some newer, higher quality sounds, and adding some extra dynamic layers which change based on the time of day, weather and season. I've also made use of some of my past tech which have now become standard in Train Sim World, such as the Canopy Rain spline, Tree Wind and Bird spline, and the Tunnel Bridge Noise mix mods. Of course, it wouldn't be my work without adding some completely unnecessary details, so this time round we have bin day and house alarms. I've always felt like our residential areas are a bit basic compared to everywhere else on our routes, as houses never really fall into our list of points of interest. So I thought, why not add postcode accurate bin days and a random, very small chance that some house alarms briefly go off at random points on the route. The house alarms are super simple, pretty sure I only placed like 3 along the route, but they have a very small chance of triggering for around 30 seconds to a minute before turning off. Now on to some more major things. I, of course, had to implement the announcement system to the route. It adds so much to the experience, especially with the variety of service providers in the new timetable. I also added Mind the Gap announcements to Ealing Broadway, Royal Oak westbound, and Westbourne Park eastbound after a bit of research. One of my co-workers in the audio team was also kind enough to provide me their voice for it.
Mind the gap, please.
The new announcement system also has the previous safety announcement system integrated into it, so I did a bit of research to recreate the real-life safety announcements found on the route, matching the Roger and Anne voices we use in-game. The lost luggage announcement even has a variation that only plays at Paddington Station, where it mentions the lost luggage office location and opening hours, which I figured would be a nice detail.
This is a security announcement, reminding passengers to keep a watchful eye on their luggage and personal belongings at all times. Unattended luggage can cause unnecessary security alerts. The left luggage office is located on platform 12, with opening hours between 0700 and 2300 hours.
Paddington Station also has some brand new ambience to bring it to life. I even made use of one of my transmit-receive blueprints to play luggage cart beeps from random locations at the back of the station, which honestly sounds pretty cool. All of this is enhanced by the new mix and reverb I've added to Paddington Station. The announcements, engines and horns echo around the station and really feel natural in that space now. It feels so much more immersive to just sit in the station and listen to everything going on. I'm super excited to mention this feature as I've been wanting to use it for years. We've added rail singing to the route. Some eagle-eyed members of the community, since we released the public version of our editor, will have noticed that rail singing is in fact in Train Sim World. It just doesn't get used. For this route, however, Liam enabled it to hear how it sounded, and I, eager to see what I could do with it, played around with it. I ended up editing and implementing some brand new sounds to replace the old Train Sim Classic sound that was being used to implement a multi-layered sound which has a bass rail singing layer, with a layer that fades in at slightly faster speeds, which I called tweeting, and then a final layer which fades in at really fast speeds called hiss. So hopefully you'll be able to have a rough idea of how fast a train is approaching or leaving just by listening to the rails. The rolling stock's also seen some tweaks and improvements. The Class 66 has had its audio completely replaced with that of the 66 featured in the Peterborough to Doncaster DLC. The Class 43 HST and MK3s have had horn tweaks, internal and external mix tweaks, internal and external toilet flush noise to match the visuals which Liam created for the water flushing onto the track, passenger ambience, and optional announcements. The Class 166 has had a tweaked internal and external mix, new horn sounds with improved transitions, passenger ambience and announcements. I also added the do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing announcement.
This is Ealing Broadway. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
The Class 101 had its original horn re-edited. I also edited a completely different horn from the same loco that went unused that plays from the opposite end of the loco to match the 101 they recorded in real life. I've also implemented passenger ambience and optional announcements. The Class 08 in BR Blue has had a tweaked internal mix. I re-edited the original whistle and added additional variations, including an unused recording from a session at the National Rail Museum. The Class 52 has had the changes I made for the West Somerset Railway Class 52 ported over. The MK2 coaches now have passenger ambience and optional announcements. And finally, I fixed a bug on the Isle of Wight Class 484, which is a layer used in the timetable in the remaster, where the door air hiss could be heard from miles away while inside the cab of another loco. So that's just about everything covered. For anything I missed in this video, check out my website reeselampard.com/Great Western Express to find out more. If you're already an owner of the Great Western Express DLC, this is a completely free update that you can download and enjoy right now. So I hope you have fun.